Wave. My name is Grayson and I'm going to be telling you a little bit about our rays today as the diver feeds them. We have 4 species of rays in Ray Bay, but today the diver is going to be feeding 2 of those species, the big ones that you see here on the bottom. So, on the bottom we have our southern rays and our rough-tail rays. The southern rays are the smaller ones. These right here, this is a southern ray. They are rounder, lighter in color, and they have nice long tails. All 3 of our southerns are female. This is because southerns can have 12 babies at a time, and we do not have space for that at the aquarium, so we just have girls. In the wild, they can live about 15 years. Ours here at the aquarium are all old ladies. They are 20 years old. In the wild, you can find them around the Gulf of Mexico and in the Caribbean. Here is one of our rough-tail rays. They are larger, diamond-shaped, and they have thicker tails. They're usually a bit darker in color, and they can have lighter spots on their skin. Both of our rough-tail rays are boys. They are even older, both around 30 years old. They are close to 300 pounds, which might seem pretty big, but in the wild they can actually get to about double that size. And their wingspans can get up to 7 feet. So our diver is feeding a mix of fish, squid, and sometimes they'll be feeding some clams for some enrichment. You might be looking at our rays and notice that their eyes are on the top and you can't find their mouths. It's because their mouths are on the bottom. But how are they supposed to find their food if their eyes are on the top and their mouths are on the bottom? Well, they have 2 special senses that help them find their food. In the wild, they can use their special sense called electroreception. Electroreception allows rays to sense electrical currents in the water, like the heartbeat of an animal that they are searching for. But here at the aquarium, we do not feed live food. So how are they supposed to find their food here? That is their second special sense, and that is called chemoreception. Chemoreception allows them to sense chemicals in the water, like oils coming off of fish. Now you just got a super nice view of the mouth of that big ray over there. So I have a question for you. Do you think that rays have sharp teeth? If anyone thinks that rays have sharp teeth, you can raise your hand. Does anyone think that rays have flat teeth? Does anybody think that rays have no teeth at all? Alright, well, rays have special flat teeth, and they can use these special flat teeth to break open the shells of hard-shelled animals like clams that they find in the sand. Here's another great view. Now usually it is a little harder to see the mouths on the big rays, but it's always easy to see them on our smaller rays. These are called cow-nose rays. They are all adults. Some people think that they're the babies of the big ones on the bottom, but they are all adults in here, and they actually have their own babies, which you can see up above when you go to Upper Ray Bay. We do have both males and females, which allows them to breed here. The cow-nose rays are called cow-nose rays because they have that special M-shaped face that looks like the nose of a cow. And this is because of 2 special modified lip fins that allow them to find their food in the sand. Also up above are our eagle rays. You might not have seen an eagle ray yet. They're being distracted up above because they are the smartest animals here, and they will steal the food from the bigger rays at the bottom. The eagle rays are the ones with light spots along their wings and a long nose, which we call a rostrum. Like I said, they're being fed up above using a special method called spot feeding. We have a special target that the rays have to hit to get their food, and this serves as enrichment because they are so smart. They are usually fed clams up there, so if they swim by and you see some shells falling from their mouth, that is why. Now, we've been talking a lot about rays, but there is actually another type of animal in here, and that is our white-spotted bamboo sharks. They are a small species of shark, and you might not get a chance to see one since they like to hide around the back, but if you're lucky, one might come up to get a bite. White-spotted bamboo sharks and rays are both elasmobranchs. Elasmobranchs are animals that have a cartilaginous skeleton. This means that their skeleton is made out of cartilage, and if you don't know what cartilage is, you can touch your ear and wiggle it around. That is cartilage. Like I said, sharks and rays are cousins, and white-spotted bamboo sharks actually have special teeth, not just like a ray, but similar to a ray. They have sharp teeth for biting fish, and then they have flat teeth for crushing clams. Now, I have a question. Is anyone afraid of sharks here? Okay, well, if you are afraid of sharks, I'm here to tell you that you shouldn't be afraid of sharks, because you should be afraid of something else. You should be afraid of coconuts. Because coconuts actually injure more people at the beach per year than sharks do. If you're scared of sharks, you just start wearing a helmet to the beach. You heard it here first. I'm just kidding, but all jokes aside, sharks and rays are not very dangerous to humans. We are actually way more dangerous to them than they are to us. One of the biggest threats to rays is called bottom trawling. This is when a big ship drags a big net across the ocean floor and catches pretty much everything in its path. This can include rays, even though that's not what they are going to try to catch. This is not good for the rays. So one way that we can prevent it is by buying seafood that is sustainably and ethically sourced at the grocery store. It'll be marked on the packaging. Now, if you are a little bit afraid of rays, most injuries from rays happen because the ray feels startled or threatened, and this most often happens when they get stepped on at the beach. They like to bury themselves in sand, and oftentimes people walking around in shallow water don't notice them there. But I have a special tip for you if you're at a beach with lots of rays. You can do the stingray shuffle, which is when you drag your feet through the sand to alert rays that you're coming so that they can get out of the way. If they do need to defend themselves, they use a special venomous barb at the base of their tail, which they are hesitant to use because it does take a while to grow back. Now, the final way I will tell you about how to protect rays and sharks is what you are doing right now. Learning about these animals is a great way to help conservation efforts. If you tell other people about all of the cool facts that you've learned today, it will help them to care more about these animals and their conservation. Finally, I have one more tip for you. You're going to have a chance to touch our rays when you go to Upper Ray Bay later, and a lot of people think that the best way to touch one is to splash in the water to get their attention.